Hello YouTube, this is Julia Plous, children's book author and child at heart. I'd like to share with you my next batch of Beanie Babies, Birds and Bugs. This is Hoot the Owl, who was given to me by my grandmother. The same gift she gave me, Zip the cat. They were given to me together. And if you watch my first Beanie Baby video, you know, Zip still has this little wooden charm around her neck with her name on it. And this one had one too. I guess my grandma just included those to make them more personal. So he used to have like a little orange heart-shaped charm with a ribbon. I got lost, but here is Pinky the Flamingo. I always really liked her, and I think it's partly because it's second grade, which was like the year before Beanie Babies became really big. My school, the lower grades of my school did an operetta called Dancing at Animal U, and all the second grade girls got to be flamingos. And so I had a flamingo costume, and that's probably why this resonated with me. But I always like to pretend that they were a couple. They both just seem kind of adult to me. Like all the other Beanie Babies I could pretend are kids or teenagers, but these two just seemed like, no, these are mature adults. And they've got the whole opposites attract thing going on. You know, he's short and stout. She's tall and lanky. He's wise and dignified. She's more like a supermodel. So I just figured, like, they must make a cute couple. And I'm sure I pretended that this was their son, Wise, of the class of '98, which would have made me 9 at the time of this Beanie Babies, of getting it. Here is Scoop the Pelican. And now, when I was a kid, you know, there was no YouTube. There was no way to look up a pelican in action. So to just learn about it from reading about it, that a pelican can swoop down and scoop up water and fish in its beak and not have to swallow it right away, like, that's awesome when you're a kid. And it says right here on his page in the Beanie Baby handbook, we've got the scoop on the world's most popular pelican. His whimsical bill just happens to be filled to the brim with plush sardines. And I remember reading that as a kid and being like, really? Really? There's little plush sardines in here? Like there's little fish in here? Like, if you cut it open, would there be little like, I'm glad I never tried to cut it open and see, because that would have been stupid. Obviously, that's just a little embellishment, but it's obviously just stuffing in here. But I kind of half believed that when I was a kid, that I was like, there's little fish inside the beak. Here's Gracie the Swan, and I'm sure I pretended that they were a couple, because they're both aquatic birds, and, you know, again, opposites attract. He's kind of dopey looking, she's beautiful and probably out of his league, so they make a cute couple. I mentioned in the like, my first Beanie Baby video that I would often, like, I had a wicker basket that I'd pretend was a stage, and I'd take like 4 of the birds and pretend they were a band and that all the Beanie Babies were going to see the concert. He would have been the lead singer or lead guitarist. This is Baldy the Eagle, and I probably, yeah, made him like the front man of the band just because, again, he's a bald eagle, therefore he's a leader. Here is Caw the Crow. This was given to me by my cousins. They just didn't want it. They were just like, here, start your Beanie Baby collection, you know? And I only started noticing this a few years ago, but don't you think it's weird how in cartoons and stuffed animals, crows and ravens always have orange beaks? Because in real life, crows and ravens have black beaks. And I don't know if, like, I only noticed it because I'm an artist. So you gotta think that the artists doing the work noticed too. So I don't know if it was a conscious decision because, like, maybe black on black doesn't show up well on film and they needed a way to, you know, if you're gonna have a moving part on a character, it needs to be a contrasting color, or if they're just so used to, you know, drawing ducks who always have orange beaks in cartoons, because it's weird, like it's in Snow White, and the racist crows in Dumbo, and the, what's his name, Diablo in Sleeping Beauty, and Jeremy in The Secret of Nim, and even Bart in the Simpsons Halloween special where he's the Raven. They always have orange beaks, and it's just like, that's not natural. Like, even Iago has an orange beak, even though he's a parrot, and Scarlet Macaws have white beaks, or yellow in the case of Jabber here. He makes a nice pirate accessory. Speaking of ducks, here's this was Quackers. Now, this was my sister's, and this was the only one she owned, because, like, she didn't like Beanie Babies, but in her early teens, she had this strange affection for ducks, and I don't know if it was because she genuinely liked them or if she was just trying to be funny. But, like in this basement, there's a bunch of her stuff over in that corner. There's a big plastic bin full of, like, magazines and stuff, and there are a few rubber duckies. Like, one with, like, a sailor hat and one with devil horns, and I'm pretty sure those were gifts from her friends in high school who were just like, hey, get it because you like ducks. Because I remember when I showed her, like, some pictures in a Beanie World magazine, and she goes, I want the duck! I thought you hated Beanie Babies. I don't care, I want the duck! So she got Quackers, and, you know, she didn't play with him, of course. He just sat on her shelf in her room in between her lava lamp and her, like, horseshoe from Mackinac Island. But, okay, that's Quackers. I really like this one. Kiwi, the Kiwi. This is another beautiful tie-dyed Beanie Baby. Look at her fur, or feathers, or whatever. Now, I don't know what you call this texture of fabric. Is it crimped? Is it scalloped? Is it ruffled? I don't know what you call that, but it's pretty. And, yeah, that's Kiwi. I only have the teeny beanie form of Rocket the Blue Jay. But, pretty. Now, in one of my Littlest Pet Shop videos, I talked about how I don't like penguins, and how my disdain for penguins was so strong that I did not even want the penguin Beanie Baby. Even though it was one of the ones to collect, I didn't want it. And I referred to it as Tux. His name is Waddle. So, I don't know where I got the name Tux from. That must be some other fictional penguin. But how would I know about that if I hate penguins so much? Well, anyway, I hate penguins and I never wanted Waddle. Okay, that's all the birds. I only have a few bugs. Here's Lucky the ladybug. Everyone in my class had this. This was a very popular, common, and easy to come by Beanie Baby. Inch the worm. I love this. This just looks like something out of an Eric Carle book, like The Very Hungry Caterpillar or something. It's just pretty. And I have a teeny Inch, too. I mentioned in one of my Lion King videos that I have a big stuffed Pumbaa, and I used to like to put these in his mouth and have them kind of overflowing just because, you know, Pumbaa eats bugs. This is technically not a bug, but I don't know where else to categorize it, but Stinger the scorpion. I mean, Beanie Babies and Pokemon alike just have a way of making the most terrifying of creatures cute and cuddly. Because, like, where in what other instance would you be able to say, like, that is a cute scorpion? But it is! And that's all my bird and bug Beanie Babies. I still gotta do, like, you know, wild animals, mythical animals, reptiles, bears. So yeah, keep watching and I'll keep making these videos.